Good evening, this is your Psychic LG, reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. Hello there, Stooge. How you doing? Are you alright? Good evening, Dolphin Smile. Hiya, Glinda. How you doing? Greetings to you too. Ora K, Border Collie, Stooge. Staying away from the shit show. I know. Wookie Bear. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Karen in Minnesota. I want to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning to wherever you are all around the world. This is the Psychic LJ Show, and we are going to delve deep tonight. So I believe that I'm live on YouTube and Twitch. Good evening, everybody. What the hell is going on? Exactly like the thumbnail. Excuse me. I need to look into all of this. It's been crazy week. Excuse me. Just a cup of tea. Cheers. How are you all doing? I feel like we're all in a damn movie, don't we? Do you like the title of the stream? Well, there's no point messing about. We have to get to the nitty gritty tonight, don't we? What the hell is definitely going on? Exactly. I feel like I've come on and I've started to lose my voice. Excuse me. I was absolutely fine before I come on. I've been invoking angels today. I think it's the energy is so heavy. And I believe we as light workers walking on this planet, I think there's all sorts of shenanigans going on, and I'm going to be looking into it tonight. I think we're living in very trying times. I believe we're living in biblical times. And I just think it's about keeping the faith, no matter what you believe in. But I definitely feel that there's something definitely off. I've never felt it so much as what I'm feeling tonight. Very heavy energy. A very good evening to all. Hiya, Dave. 3 aircraft mishaps in a few days. Exactly. Has there been another one? My God. So I'm going to look into this and I'm going to see what is going on. I've got my crystal ball. She's been in the garden all day. Stooge is staying away from news and sticking with the knitting and tea. I don't blame you. I've had a lot of comedy on in here. Not just American comedy, which is quite popular. Over here in the UK, there's also, I go onto Gold. I don't know if you get access that anywhere else in the world. But it gets all the old British comedy, which is funny. David's been sleeping all day. Are you not been feeling well, David? Or you just been catching up on your sleep? Hello there, Asia in Romania. How lovely. Old Britcons are the best. Exactly. I've had Only Fools and Horses on. We've had all sorts on. And it just keeps the energies up, doesn't it? Bless this house. I like that. Oh my God. And Father Ted. I mean, you can't go wrong without Father Ted. It's so funny, isn't it? Mrs. Brown's Boys. You know, all the old stuff. Feck it. Good morning in Australia. How are you? How's the weather over there? Is it still hot? Are you still in your summer? Good evening in Canada. Sometimes I keep being told this by my spirit guides and star guides, that everything is frequency, everything is energy. And so we're going to get everybody in, and we are going to, it's a bit like coming to, for new people coming in, it's a bit like coming to a spiritualist church. So you can write the name in the comments section when we get started. If you are worried about anybody or anything or any person, animal, any situation, literally, and you will receive the healing and the prayers that you need, because everybody's feeling it at the minute. Yeah, the fog is back. It's funny you should say that. Actually, that was actually fine until I went into the garden before I come online, and it's all foggy out there, so maybe that's got something to do with it. Give us 2 minutes, guys. Actually, that cup of tea is not very nice. Do you have me? Feel all croaky. Healing for your black cat? Oh, bless. Eric and Ernie. I mean, you can't beat a bit of Morecambe and Wise, can you, Graham? Oh, thank you, Jules. So if anybody wants to contact me for a private sitting, which I do, you can contact us in the stream here. Jules has just put it in, and you can private messages, and you can also email us as well. I will put the links in the description after the feed, the stream, and then you can also contact us that way. Oh, thank you, Jules. Yeah, there's all sorts of dodgy things going on, Bjorn. I'm just reading some of your comments, they're so funny. Let me get a drink of water. Filtered water. Hello in France. Oh, I'm so sorry, Maggie, about your Billy. I'm sending you lots of love and prayers for you and Billy. I'm so sorry to hear that, Maggie. God bless. God bless Maggie. Oh, thank you, Georgia. So yeah, I do private sittings, which I'll never stop doing. But yeah, we like doing this, don't we, on a Sunday? And it's sort of become sort of like a place where we all meet up and we can help each other in these trying times on earth. I just don't know where to start, guys. I just think we're in the belly of it at the minute. We really are. I mean, it's horrible, and we're being so deceived. I mean, do they think we're bloody stupid or what? Do you know what I mean? There's so much going on, and I don't know where to start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scry first. Actually, I might get my cards as well. Let's have a look. I think we'll delve deep with some cards first, and then we'll do the scrying. Because I want to see what's coming next. I want to know, and I think before we start, I'm going to, once we do the circle of light, I want to put a prayer out, a specific prayer for everybody, not just in the US, because I think that we'll all have to stay vigilant, like literally everywhere around the world. And I don't mean that for we to be all, sort of paranoid if we're flying in an aircraft. But I think that we're living in very strange times, and I just want to put that prayer out that we're all protected. I think it's very important. But I like what Grimm's just put there. I enjoyed the young ones. Yeah. It's so funny. An ab fab. But yeah, let's get started. We've got 515 in. And I've set Graham off with all the comedies. He's listing them all. Yes, Minister. I like Dad's Army. That zombie's brilliant. Nothing funnier than hello, hello. That is hilarious, hello, hello. With the French policeman. I'll look into it tonight for all over the world, Aquastar. And we'll see if New York's going to be safe as well. I don't know. It's something's just not quite right, is it? Okay, so let's get started. Where's my little bell? Where's my little bell? Okay, so I want you to sit back and relax, and we are going to look into the looking glass tonight, and we are going to delve deep. We're going to see what the bloody hell is going on, okay? And I hope you're keeping well in these trying times on Earth. We just have to keep upbeat. We have to keep upbeat. And as we see in Britain, just keep calm and carry on. I do believe that we are in a WAR situation. And I think it's information, WAR. I think it's, but also a lot of trickery going on as well. The girls are doing fine, Mary. One's asleep on top of the fridge freezer. And the other one's pottering around. Actually, Nala did a very strange thing yesterday. I'll quickly tell you this. So that Nala's half my Bengal cat. She gathered all my garlic. I've got like this garlic which is on like like the French would have on the rope, and I've got it like hanging on a shelf above my cooker, like on my cooker hood. And she jumped up onto the cooker hood, and she picked with her teeth. Individually picked the bulbs of garlic and then jumped down and just placed them around the corners of the house. Isn't that odd? She's put 2 or 3 over there. She's put 3 over there in the corner. And I just let her get on with it. I thought, well, she's obviously doing something. But she seemed like she was very busy and concentrating when she was doing it. Now, garlic's protection, so I don't know if she did it for that. But I just thought it was very odd what she was doing. Somebody had said that she was, maybe I've got a mouse, and I'm like freaked out about that. And she was putting the garlic down to try and trap the mouse. And I thought, no, it's not that. I think she's put the garlic down to stop the negativity. What do you guys think? Bit odd, isn't it? Cats are very, very intelligent creatures. Getting rid of vampires. Absorb the negativity, that's what I thought, yeah? And garlic is to protect. But I mean, somebody said that garlic is poisonous to cats, but she didn't seem to be bothered. But she picked them, like the whole clove with her mouth, jumped down, and was placing it around the corners of the room. She's a little brat. Oh, she's my baby. Actually, she's been a little tinker with a few people who've come to the house. She's a smart girl. Definitely. Okay, let's get started. Animals know, don't they? And the birds as well. Are the birds where you live in, are they acting a bit strange? Cats are magic, aren't they? I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I'm so sorry to hear that, Boho Witchy. That cat died in her arms. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Metrodon. I invoke Archangel Metrodon. I invoke Archangel Metrodon. I'm going to do this for the angel of lost property. And the reason is, I'll tell you afterwards. I invoke Archangel Shamuel. I invoke Archangel Shamuel. I invoke Archangel Shamuel. I've lost a ring. It's just disappeared. But this is for anybody who's lost any property or anything. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A to I, to come forth, any star beings, angels, fairy elementals, any beings, any animals from the animal kingdom, anybody from the spirit world who would like to come forth to give us true answers tonight. With love and light, love and light, love and light. Old Ra, thank you. God Ra. Actually, I feel like I need to bring in the Viking gods and goddesses as well. Who's the one I use? Anyway, anybody who would like to come forth to give us true answers and the protection that we need, with love and light, love and light, love and light. Amen. Freya, thank you, Katie Green. Goddess Freya. I love Goddess Freya. And I said Lady Direwolf. Amen. Okay. Okay. Just the silence before we start. I send prayers out, everybody in this audience as well. We want to send prayers out to the souls who have lost their family, the ones who are suffering right now within these plane accidents that has recently happened in the United States of America. We want to send light out and prayers and healing to the ones who are suffering with grief. And that answers come sooner rather than later. I also would like to ask that everybody is protected from all evil through these trying times. And to the ones that lost their lives, that they have been taken safely through to the light, and that they are safe. To the ones who have been left, who are struggling, who have lost their loved ones, that they are cloaked with love and light of Jesus Christ, who are protected, that they are protected through their trying times of grief. I want to put a light coat of protection around everybody in the United States of America, in the United Kingdom and beyond this world, against all terrorism. Any situation that is happening at the moment to do with so-called accidents that we are going to look into. We are going to look into this, and I want to protect everybody against all negativity, on world, off world, as above and below. We are protected with the blood of Jesus Christ. Amen. Let's begin. God bless them. God bless the little child what was on our way home, I believe with our mother. It's like an air ambulance, wasn't it? God bless her. God bless them. Awful, awful. And for the ones also as well which have had their homes damaged, and they're traumatized, that they get the comfort that they need. Let's look into this and see what's going on. Welcome everybody who is new coming in, and I want to say a big thank you to the moderators who keep both our 4 rooms safe. Okay, you'll have to keep this right, guys, because I've seen bits of it on YouTube and bits on the telly, but I don't really watch news. It's just what I've seen. Apparently what's happened today, I don't even know if somebody could fill us in what's happened today. But anyway, we'll go with the first thing. What happened, there was the Washington DC, wasn't there? There was the collision with the helicopter in the plane. If anybody can tell us what's happened today or recently, they can write it in the comments section. I'll tell you what I'm going to do first, actually. I'm going to ask my guides, are all incidents to do with these planes, to do with what happened over Philly and Washington DC, are they all connected? Are they connected? A plane caught fire in Texas, but not sure if it was a freak accident. Are they all connected? Let's see if they're all connected. Give us a true answer. Come on. Was it a female pilot? This doesn't make sense. Are they connected? 7 cards, please. So we've had collisions, we've had explosions. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is something I've got to say. Okay. Right, they are definitely all connected. Okay. Okay, so I feel what I'm picking up here, we've got the Temperance card here, we've got the Lovers cards, and that normally means that there's big news to come out. Something to do with the black box with one of them. I don't know if it's the second one, but there's big news coming out with the black box. But normally when the Lovers cards comes out, when I do readings, it normally means that there's big news to come out there. I do believe that that always reminds me of like say no evil, speak no evil, that type of thing. And as I look at that, I just feel it's as if that it's definitely been planned. It's definitely been planned behind the scenes here. It's saying it's not natural. Okay. Okay, so what I'm also getting very strongly is that there's something iffy about the one with the explosion in the air. That was the one over Philadelphia. The one with the collision, I'm getting... There's going to be a massive investigation into this, and I'm getting inexperienced. I'm being told this by my guides, inexperienced. So I don't know if that's got something to do with a pilot or or air traffic control. Something about inexperienced. And I'm actually getting like an accident what's been waiting to happen for a long time. But I'm also getting that it's like it's symbolic. The dates, the times, it's symbolic. It's all connected. It's really, really weird. So that's like hierarchy here. Okay, so there's been like orders put out there. That's what I'm feeling. There's something not quite right here. Everything's connected with numbers as well. Everything's frequencies and everything's connected with numbers. And it's all to do with dates and times and that type of thing. We are protected and we haven't got to feed into the frenzy. We haven't got to feed into the frenzy. And this is the most important time that we've got to keep the faith and we've got to keep rooted, we've got to keep grounded. Snow owl, military helicopter. Oh, it's going up too fast. Yeah, there's been a lot of rituals going on for a lot of years, hasn't there? What I don't understand is what I can't get in my head. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I can't understand how a plane has crashed into another plane. It just doesn't make sense. Did they not see it coming? It just doesn't make sense. Okay, how do I put this? It's not over and done with yet. Okay. God, I hate this. I hate this when I say things. It's not over and done with yet. I feel there's more to come. Right, so we've got another couple of more incidents of situations to come. I'm going to look into this, right? Just give us time here. This is really weird. I'm getting that everybody, remember, we're multidimensional beings and we're playing, we're in this meat suit. We've come to Earth. We've chose our parents for whatever reason to come to Earth to do what we need to do. We haven't just come here to procreate and to meet the love of our lives. We're all here on a different mission. And there's a lot going on at the moment. And there's people here to change the path for we to go into New Earth. Okay? So behind the scenes, you've got like good guys and bad guys fighting it all out. But there's a lot of distractions. And I said this to you a little while ago. I said that there's going to be situations and they're not going to be nice, but they're going to be events, orchestrated events, but it'll be real events. And remember when I said that? And I also said a few months back, and I said this into last year, that I kept seeing planes falling out the sky. And it's a bit like a 9/11 situation, isn't it? There's more situations to come. More situations to come. What my guides are saying is it's symbolic. I don't understand why they're saying symbolic. What does that mean? We all have to stick together. We've got to stay strong. I mean, if you have to travel, try and just I don't even know what to say with that one. You're not just looking at air stuff, you're looking at more other stuff to come here. Okay, there's an incident to come on ground as well. We've got the judgment. We're in sort of judgment day here. Okay. I was seeing an event, and I'm seeing an event around a bowl. I don't know if that's to do with the Super Bowl or what, but I'm seeing a situation that people have to be careful. I don't know what goes on. I mean, it might not be the US, it could be anywhere. I do believe that the situation, I'm going to go back to the explosion in the sky in a minute. It sort of exploded. It lost control. Definitely not natural. I am getting a 9/11 feeling with the second situation. Five. When's the 5th? When's the 5th, guys? 5th of February? 5. I am not picking up at all that Philly was an accident. I'm just going to double check here. There's something very dark and dodgy going on behind the scenes here. We've got not just the magician, we've got an upside down magician. I read both ways. So normally when the magician card comes out, it normally means that there's been shenanigans, there's been dark, dodgy stuff going on behind the scenes there. Ritualistic stuff. The 5th is Tuesday, right? I'm very drawn to Tuesday. Maybe it's big news coming out, yeah? Right, okay. So something doesn't feel right with both of these incidents. My cards, my guides are saying that they're both connected. Can you program a person to do that? Because I'm not getting a person who's done it. I'm not getting a physical person who's flown it in. How do I put this? I'm not getting a physical person what's flown the helicopter into the plane. Can it be that there's been some AI situation with it? Maybe it's a person behind the situation. I'm getting something about artificial intelligence or something like that. Why? Something about aerospace. I'm getting, was there somebody connected on one of the flights who was connected with aerospace? Who was going to say something? Automatically flying. And again, it goes back to the 9/11 situation. Okay. But then I'm sort of seeing people, if you can call them people, behind the scenes giving instructions for this. Are they connected with the US? This is very dodgy stuff that I'm covering, okay? So just to say, this is for entertainment purposes only. This is for the higher good of mankind, just to keep everybody safe. Is there an enemy within in the US? Let me go drink of water. There was many young skaters and Olympians on the flight, right? Was there anybody connected with aerospace? That's what I want to know, because I'm getting that very strong. What's coming through. Right. What was the question I was going to ask? I'll try and keep level. I'm going to try and keep balanced here. What was the question? Can you see what I was going to say? Somebody important was on the flight that they didn't want to say something. You've honestly got no idea. And I'm not saying this to frighten people. A bit like the situation to do with that Titanic thing, what went underneath. There was something there what was supposed to not be said either. The female pilot in the helicopter was training with an instructor pilot. Was she? Right, G, aerospace employer on the plane. Sandra's just put that. Okay. Right, so there's something there, there's some connection. This is definitely political as well, because I've also got 2 Chinese nationals on DC plane. Okay. They saw something they shouldn't have seen. The DC flight, good connections. Yes, LJ, thank you. Right, okay. The one with the air ambulance, the second one in Philadelphia. Why, oh why? Why, oh why? What's the connection? Evil at play. Evil at play. God, I hate saying this, right? But it's a case of everything's all coming out the woodwork. Everything's all coming out the woodwork. And Satanists on the rise, doing what they need to do. But you're not just talking like normal Satanists here, you're talking globalist Satanists. These state situations, symbolic for some reason. Sacrifice. Horrible. Good God. Protect all the little children, protect all the innocent. I think it's going to be a situation where we're going, don't look here, don't look there, it's everywhere. Yeah. So I said this, that there would be a lot of planes falling out of the sky, but there's more to come. I just feel it's all about to all implode. It's all supposed to come out. And I think that there's stuff going on and they want we're distracted and they'll orchestrate a situation to get we're distracted. It's really sick. It's disgusting. So to distract with, they've got no compassion for human life. Okay. These individuals, but what you need to understand is there's more of us than there is of them, and tonight isn't about we're going to a full-blown panic mode. It's about uncovering what I'm picking up I might not be 100%, but it's just what I'm picking up. Don't forget, I've done this job a long time, but I'm also feeling very strongly that there's a bigger picture. There's something bigger happening, and there's a big cleanup happening, and it's huge. It's huge what's happening at the minute. And I'm just going to ask, is it all connected to do with politics as well? Plays a part of it, but it goes past it. It goes past it. Okay. Sometimes you don't have to like people when they're in power. You don't have to like them, but they're in power for a reason. And I've never held back about what I felt about Trump. But I'm going to take something back tonight, and I'm going to tell you something, right? And I got it the other night, and I'm getting it again tonight. It's coming through. There he is. What we are witnessing on the television to do with, how he's getting rid of all these different illegal immigrants and sending them back and splitting up families, and I actually do feel that there's a big cleanup happening, and I think he's attacking something to do with what the feds have been up to and what they've been up to with the board. And I said it wasn't just going on with Ukraine border, it was going on with all the borders. This is a huge, huge problem. And I actually do think that this is something to do with child trafficking and human trafficking. And he's doing a big cleanup. He's part of the big cleanup. And there's been a lot of dark money made. And you're not just talking, I think it goes on beyond global. So this cleanup's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. So I think that there's going to be a lot to, they'll orchestrate situations to keep us distracted. As I speak, there is massive arrests taking place and things going on behind the scenes. I was watching something, and it was James, who are really, there's a big cleanup happening here. James, I love him. He's great. Don't go watch him when we're doing this live stream, but watch him afterwards. He's and he did a situation on Ellie, which I found really, really interesting. And from bird's eye view from Google, you can see it, how it's got help. And it's over like this derelict land. I don't know if everybody's seen the video. What I'll do is I'll link it in to this after this, so you can find it. And there's all this help. And they were trying to say it was somebody who was homeless who had put it out there. But James and other investigators have gone looking into it, and other YouTubers as well, and reporters, and it's quite creepy, and you get like chased away, which looks like people who are living in caravans over there, motorhomes, whatever they're called, and it's all rough, and there's dogs running around and stuff like that. But then there's loads of wasteland with like kiddies' clothes and shoes and little dollies, and it looks like there's been trafficking going on. And then James pointed out there's all these great big containers, and you can hear screaming and things going on, and Nothing's been done about it, and there's something happening, and it's far worse than we will ever know. I could sit here and cry my eyes out for what I feel right now. And I am not doing this to be dramatic, right? I'm doing it because I'm an empath, because I'm what I'm feeling. It is huge, and it's on a global network. I wouldn't dread to think where these kiddies are going and what's going on. I don't want to go down that route. I'll leave it up to you to go looking into that. But what I'm telling you is there's a big clean-up happening. We need to pray tonight for the children. And I know people have talked about this for many years. And Mel Gibson from Hollywood or whatever, he did a film on it, didn't he? This is bigger than we'll ever know. With Snow Owls just put in here on YouTube, Dr. Stephen Greer is trying to expose it. The crimes are unthinkable. You want what's going against humanity. The drugs and the crime, exactly. All right. So, when I got this vision, I was lying in my bubble bath. I do a lot of thinking in my bubble bath. And I'm glad I got the vision. I'm glad I got the vision so that I can be more balanced for you. I mean, he still gets up my bloody nose, but you don't have to. I can understand why he's in power now. I can get it. There's something bigger. It's going to take a warrior. Nobody fluffy to pull this down. He's in there for a reason. So whatever you think of him, what I'm saying to you is try to be open-minded, because what I'm telling you now is he's there for a reason, to uncover something bigger. I just, we always knew it was going on, but to the extent, I'm going to put these back together again. I'm going to, I think he's got the backbone to sort it. I really do. I'm going to pull some cards out on it. I could cry. It's just so big. It's just so big. Not a warrior, a psycho. Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is there's a reason he's in. Only warriors can do. He's not just being the president. There's something else going on. I don't think he's going to be in long. I think he'll be there till something's exposed. I really do believe that. And I still say J.D. Vance could take his place. I still predict that woman will stand in the White House, mate. I'm still going to stick with it. I think there was some interference to get him in. But not. He has to finish what he was starting. He's on a mission. That's all I'm going to say on him tonight. You need to know that we have whatever's taking place now. They're real incidents, but they're happening to distract you. He's a matrix breaker, not a Gaia fixer. Not a Gaia fixer. Will there be a woman in the White House in the 28? I just want to quickly do this. And I did say that 28 will be the one with the peace in America. I think we're in the middle of some sort of WER at the minute. Yes. Oh my Mamma Mia, yes. That could be when Kamala gets in. Unless it's another woman. Do you know what I mean? Okay. There she is. There's the dark-haired woman again, which will be eventually the United States of America's Madam President. Who she is, I really don't know. I will just leave it at that for now. But he's in for a reason. He's in for a reason, and it's taken him to do this clean-up. He's got 3 missions to do. I've got some jumpers here. This is when it's going to get a bit tricky. Because I do believe there'll be a drop in economy. I do believe they'll blame Trump. And if Kamala had gone in, they didn't want to blame Kamala. So it's inevitable it's going to happen. But I'm a little concerned. I'm going to look into tariffs as well, because I know there's been all sorts happening, hasn't there? We've recently had, which I did catch, somebody had told us as well, tariff war. Is there going to be a tariff war? Because we've had Canada saying they're going to stop putting tariffs on, and Mexico saying they're going to stop putting tariffs on. Is there going to be a tariff war? But I look there at that, and I just think that there's worry to come for the working class. And that's not just the US. Well, I'm going to look into this to do with the tariffs, because if there's a tariff problem, could this affect everywhere? But that to me looks like poverty and worry. Lives are lost. But it's short-lived. It is short-lived. We've got the star card there. So whatever takes place, it'll bounce up. I've always said that, like, it'll go down, and that's when everything's going to go dark. And we could even have power cuts. There could be blackouts. There could be, the grid could go down. I mean, sounds dramatic, but this is what I'm saying. And at that point, it's so big, we might not even know what time it is, because everything just goes down. But then when it comes back on, it's like we're coming into like new earth type of thing. Oh, wait a minute. We've got Jim on. Jim texting us. I'm live, Jim. What does he want to say? If anybody doesn't know who Jim is, he's my mate in... How are you? I'm working on that website for support buttons. I'm on live. So if anybody doesn't know who Jim is, he's my friend who got what on when I couldn't. He's a techno guy, right? He's I'm on live. Sure. But what he can do is, if you have any problems with your computers, he can help you out, which I said I would mention. I'll have to get he's doing a website on it. And also Diana. I've mentioned about Diana, my lovely, lovely friend who's in Dallas. Is it Dallas, Diana? Diana Lopez. I'll get the link and I'll try and put it in the description as well. And she's now doing dental implants if anybody's interested. She's a really damn good dentist. In case anybody wants any help there, because we're living in trying times. But yeah, we're going to have poverty. There's going to be poverty. There's going to be worry. We need to start prepping. Now, Diana, my friend Diana Lopez, she's going to make the implants cheaper for people. More reasonable cost, because people can't afford. So everything's so expensive, isn't it? Somebody asked us if I would look into gold and silver. And I believe that at the time when all this switchover happens, I believe that anybody who's invested in gold and silver, I think that they'll do well with gold. Not so sure about silver. I think it's just coming up slow at the minute. I'm just getting steady at the moment. Steady. But I feel when everything drops to do with the economy and there's a crash with the dollar, then I feel everything's going to bounce back up again. And it's at that point, when it crashes, I don't know, I feel Bitcoin's going to do really well. Dogecoin, I'm getting very, very well. But I'm also getting, I'm going to give you some dates here actually. I'm getting the 23rd, the 24th, 25th. I'm also very drawn to April, and I'm also very drawn to August. That's going to be very interesting to do with the economy around about that time. Everything drops and then bounces back up again. Interesting. But at that time, anybody who's investing in any coins or anything, you could cash them in now. They're round about that time, and you'll do really, really well. I'm not an expert. It's just what my guide shows when it drops and it goes back up again. Somebody asked me, is Bitcoin the future? I want to say it's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone. It's not the future, it's a stepping stone. And it'll be a long time before they phase money out. The D-State's trying to phase the money out. But we will have the roaring 20s again. And I see loads of people running around with cash in the hand, like, yay, way. You just pull it out, Pulling out the wads of £50 notes or whatever. That's to come again. But I think there's going to be a situation to arise this year where there could be a lot of poverty to come, especially in the US. I know somebody wanted us to look into the situation with the help with the food tickets. Is it the food tickets that you get in the US that apparently Trump stopped? And that is a worry. That is a worry. But what I do get is there's a big cleanup to happen. There could be a lot of things that could stop. I don't know what the agenda is behind it. I don't know if there's a big cleanup happening. But I don't feel everybody's food stamps are going to stop. I really, really don't. And I see something new to be replaced. He did not stop SNAP. Thank you for that. I was going to say, because that's what I've got here. I don't feel it's going to be all stopped. Just what they said. See what I mean? You've got to be so careful. Food stamps, vouchers. He did not stop the food stamps, okay? No. So I still feel they'll go on. But I am getting that the prices are rising still. Some people are going to be struggling. I mean, even over here in the UK. I've given up cigarettes, right? And I was on 40 cigarettes a day. That's a lot, right? Now you add that up over a month. That's a bloody well a lot. That's nearly £1,000. Anyway, and I couldn't understand where it's gone. I mean, I know I spend treats on the cats, but come on, do you know what I mean? Not that much. And then Jim actually said it's inflation. And it's true. It's like everything's gone up. Food, everything. Literally gas and electric. Okay. So I just want to ask, will the UK be affected when this crash, the US dollar crashes? Will the UK be affected? Let me go drink the water. I don't think everybody goes on about crypto. I think it's a stepping stone to something bigger to come. So that's why I've never benefited from. It's just as well I stopped when I did, because good God, you're just burning your money away, aren't you, doing that? You're burning your money. You think about it. I personally think that they're sticking something in the cigarettes, what you buy over the counter. You really literally don't know what the bloody well they're putting in there. It could be something like a dot of something to get people hooked. It's more than tobacco, I'm telling you that now. Will the UK be affected by this US dollar crash? Give us 3. Give us 7 cards. I know what's going to happen. And I'm going to look into the tariffs as well. Yes, but not. It's yes, but it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Because they wanted to crash. Yeah. The tariffs is going to affect other countries. It is. It really, really is. But that's going to be bypassed. Now, I said this to you a few weeks back. I said that there's going to be a law. There is a law that's going to be passed, or something that they're going to create. I don't know if it's some stamp or something that can bypass the tariffs. It's like, you know, when you're decorating a room and it gets very messy. So it's the eruption what takes place in the US, which is going to escalate around Europe, in the UK, beyond. Okay. So I feel this new law, it might be that the certain countries will be able to escape this. So it's temporary what's happening. It's not fully. So it's inevitable that there's going to be a crash. That is written in the timeline for Earth. It's definitely there to happen. Definitely. But through the transition, there may be a high rise of more groceries to come. My concern is that the fuel, they're still putting that up. You know, pensioners that can't afford, people on the breadline that can't afford to eat well as keep their homes warm or whatever. It's a worry. It's a real worry, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. I even feel there's going to be a wobble with the NHS, and I predicted this, and I'm predicting it again tonight, that there's going to be a 3-tier system, and it's going to go part private. There is something very dark and dodgy going on with the UK, and I can't put my finger on what's happened or what's took place. But when it comes out, Labour's going to be blaming the Tories, and Tories are going to be blaming the Labour. Okay? I don't know what it is, but it's got something to do with the borders, and it's got something to do with Europe. And they're going to be talking about, it's going to be like on news, they're going to be like on chat shows, you know, on podcasts. Something big's going to take place, bigger than what Brexit was, and it's going to affect the people. Oh, don't even go there with a bloody tax. I mean, a lot of these big, you know, these politicians, they don't even bloody pay tax. They dodge it. Will reform get into power? What is reform? You'll have to they're saying yes. What is it? Everything is going to triple in prices. That's my concern. And it's the working class. We as the people which will get affected. How do we get by this? Just try your best. Try to plan. You can only do your best because everybody's situation's different. There'll be some people in this audience who are just on a breadline. There'll be some people in this audience who have 6 kids to feed. Some people who are relying completely on the government with benefits. Will people on benefits still be okay? Let me get a cup of tea. They're going to privatise part of the NHS but still keep some of it for free. That's what I feel. It's terrible what's to come. It's terrible. But we'll come through it. We really will. One of the best things about being in the UK, being a British citizen, is that we get free medical care. That's why everybody wants to bloody be here. But it's been abused because of who's been running the country. They've just let any Tom, Dick or Harry in. There's a restructure what's taking place with the NHS. And I also feel there's going to be big scandals to come out with the police force in the UK as well. We need to prep. How do we prep? There's no point in panic buying. I've learned that one. I think that because, you've got to also watch as well when we're buying foods in, like say rice, pasta. I don't know if you've noticed this, guys, but long ago, you would buy it and it would be a few years in date before it went out of date. Now, everything's just not lasting the way it used to last. Have you just noticed that? And I think it's so important as well that we go for more, instead of quantity is quality. You got to be careful what we're buying as well. Very important. Okay. So I think that it is going to be a worry. Economy is coming through very, very strong. But what takes place with tariffs in rising the prices, not just in the US. Are you alright, baby? It's Mummy's baby. Come and say hello to everybody. Come here, Cece. She's a beautiful baby girl. Mummy's black princess. So exquisite, my baby panther. Come on, you haven't been on the show for ages. Come here, baby. Come and say hello to everybody, princess. Take no notice of me. I'm just daft when I come to my cats. Yeah, we need to really plan. I've just got myself from Amazon just a little crock pot. I did have a bigger one, but there was an accident with that, so that went the journey. So I've got a little one because there's only me and Adam, and to make little stews and casseroles and soups and stuff like that. Because the problem I have, and I don't know if you have the same problem, is timing. When I'm doing readings and I'm busy, it's a very busy house through the day. So I don't really have the time to stand at a stove and do amazing things. I'm somebody, if I can chuck it into one pot and leave it there, it's great for me. So it means that I've got a meal at the end of the day. Hello there, Debbie. I'm sorry I missed your call. I was with a client. We need fresh veggies, good meat, fish and fruits. Exactly. And grains. So, yeah. So we just need to plan stuff, you know. So I get like a organic box. Rutherford I get. Riverford, I'll show you it. It's the UK, like, I don't think they do it anywhere else, but you'll have other ones, you know. Oh, Jim says that his website will be ready for next week, so I'll be able to show you, Jim, if you ever need any computer work done, which you can access because you go on a Zoom call and he takes over the situation for you. It's really interesting. Was it Riverford? But food is so expensive to you know, but we've got to think like good quality food. I can't bloody find it. Anyway, it's Riverford. I thought I had an email from them. Everything's online now, isn't it, guys? Everything. Okay. So I've got me note what's coming here. This is what's coming. Are you listening? And it's coming on Wednesday. I've got an organic veg box of potatoes, carrots, leeks, celery, Savoy cabbage, mixed salad leaves, chestnut, mushrooms, chicken bone broth, organic eggs, apples, pears, bananas, and whole milk. And it's coming delivery, and I get that every week, okay? And so I make soups and things like that with it. Yes, it's a little bit expensive, but it means that I can freeze it. It means that we can have soup every day for lunch, that type of thing. But they do other things as well, you know what I mean? And then, of course, I go to a farm to get the meat. So that comes to £37.40p. But the whole scheme of things, I mean, I was wasting that, like nearly that, on one day's worth of cigarettes. When I can freeze that and I can do like soup and God knows, do you know what I mean? So I've learned, you know, quality is better than quantity. Quality is better than quantity. So we've just got to plan. We have to plan. Let's have a look. Oh God, I'm so glad I don't smoke. I put on loads of weight, mind. But then again, treatment that I was on made us put on a load of weight as well. Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Swords. It's a clean-up happening. It's a massive... Look, he's come up again. He's bloody come up again. There's Trump. He's come up again. So I'm going to get the crystal ball and I'm going to look in to see what's coming. Healthy soup, yeah. And I mean, you can do like vegan and vegetarian if you're not a meat eater, do you know what I mean? But I'm massively into the chicken bone broths and all of that. I think they're really good for you. Oh, thank you, Marina. Marina has signed that thing, you know. Marina, bless her. She's got a lovely picture of all her babies, her fur babies who are now in spirit, I believe. Part one, or all in spirit. Of our dogs, and I signed it for them to go in for a competition, but I don't know if it's shared. I thought it would have shared. There's a lot of people in this audience tonight who make soups. Really lovely, isn't it? I love soup. So anything, if you're like in a hurry like me, anything like a one pot crock pot might work for you. Just that's why I mentioned it. I like curries as well. I like to make a curry, vegetable curry, chicken curry, whatever. Do you know what I mean? There you go. Casseroles is another thing. Do you know what I mean? Just whatever you fancy. Do you know what I mean? But soups are very good for you. I use a lot of lentils as well. Lentils good for detoxing, yes. Oh, that sounds nice, warrior. Chickpea curry, filling and not expensive. So we've just got to go back to what my grandmas did in the Second World War and everything. I mean, they were all on rations, but I mean, you know, they were fit as lops. My nana lived till she was 90. 90 years old. And my grandma was in the 80s as well. And do you know what, right? They would have been on rations in the war and everything. And they were fit. They were strong. Minestrone soup, it's something I've never made. I love cabbage. That's it. Right, so there's trickery going on. I'm also being given, there's a new Democratic Party taking place. There's a new Republican Party taking place after the Great Fall. My God. Queen Wanda's auntie will be 102 in April. My God. Oh, bless her. So we're going through a transition at the moment. The Lovers card's coming out again. There's big news to come out. It's about to get nasty. There's something what needs to take care around crowded places. Do they need to take careful around the Super Bowl? Let's have a look. It's not how much you eat, it's what you eat exactly. I've got this thing about carrots at the minute. I love carrots. Oh, don't get me going with mac and cheese. One of my favourites. Have I ever told you the story about the mac and cheese van in the village? Oh my God, it was so funny to see what this before I get the crystal ball. Queen of Pentacles. She's back again, like. It should have happened, you know. It should have happened. But the lady with the dark skin will be president one day. I still predict that. That's like the golden sky. You need to understand, you know, a lot of these individuals what think that enemies are actually very good friends behind the scenes. A lot of it's a movie. Going back to Carter's funeral, you had Obama laughing with Trump. Excuse me. And again, I think that a lot of them think he's quite humorous. He's quite a funny man. He can be an arsehole, but he can also be a very humorous, funny man. Well, he's a Gemini, isn't he? And I think Obama was generally laughing at him. I think he generally thinks he's a funny man. I think I read that somewhere that he can be quite funny. So I don't know why I'm getting that, but there's still hope there for a Madam President. one day. Maybe it's sooner than what you think. Wheel of Fortune. I love it. We're being so heavily distracted. So heavily distracted. There's a big cleanup happening. There really, really is. I've never felt so strong as what I feel right now. At this precise moment in time, there is a big cleanup happening. I totally agree, Maggie. A woman, yes, of course, but this cleanup job is needed by Trump. Yes. Keep up the pharmaceutical for conservation. I love this group. This group, it's just so lovely, isn't it? It's like we've all got together. And prunes is the way forward for that. Prunes. I'll tell you about me mac and cheese before we get into this. So on a Sunday, I'll often see my daughter-in-law and my little granddaughter, and then we'll go and see my mother or whatever we do. And we're off on our travels, so we've been shopping or something, when we're going through the village, going to my mother's, like in Westerhope Village, where I live. And I seen this big van, and it said mac and cheese. And the little one seen it first, and she goes, Grandma, look, mac and cheese, man. And I goes, oh, I says, let's get some mac and cheese, right? So we had just passed it, so I had to spin round the roundabout and go back. So I goes, I'll get you some, darling. Don't you worry. Grandma, I'm going to get you some mac and cheese. So I gets out and I goes up to them, right? And they're like standing there. And they were making it like street food with the big, oh my God, it was amazing. And they had the big wok, you know what I mean? And it was all this lovely, creamy, yummy mac and cheese, right? And they were putting it into pots like that size. Oh, the smell was just unbelievable. Then they were putting like this crispy stuff over the top and that. And I got like a strange feeling when I was talking to him. And there was a younger lad and the older lad. And I was talking to them because my family, I didn't realise, I got all that DNA done. They're all Vikings. That's another story because they all settled here. So we're standing talking and that. And I goes, yes, is your accent's unusual. Where you from? And he went, we are the Vikings. I went, whoa. They were from Denmark or somewhere, or Iceland. We are the Vikings. So I says, nice to meet you and everything. And he was saying that they settled over here and they do the Hoppins, if anybody knows what the Hoppins is. So there's a fair, what the travelling fair, what goes around the UK. And it goes to Hull Fair in November. Then it goes somewhere else, and I can't think where it is. Nottingham Fair. And then it comes to the Newcastle, and we call it the Hoppins. It's what our Geordie language, right? And the old Geordie lingo is the original Viking lingo, which I thought was quite funny, actually. So he says that he has, they do the Hoppins in the June, the travelling fair, and then they've got to go to the Metro Centre. They've got them all over, and they're doing really well for themselves. But I just had to tell you that, and I don't know why I'm telling you that, but I'm just telling you that about the mac and cheese. But this mac and cheese was the business. So we've got a dear part of the family, Uncle Carlo, who had Italian restaurants when we were younger, and he's in spirit now, God bless him, he passed. And if Daniela's watching, right, but anyway, to cut a long story short, Uncle Carlo's mac and cheese, he was Italian, was the most amazing mac and cheese. And this guy in the village, I would say, was on par with Uncle Carlo's mac and cheese. I've never tasted anything like it until I tasted, this guy in the village. So there you go. I just thought I would tell you about that. So I am quite a foodie person, and more so since I've given up the cigarettes. I don't know if you guys are the same. But food, I just love food. And I think that if it's more pure than ever and it's more organic, it's even nicer because, you know, it's wholesome and it's doing you good, you know. But mac and cheese is like comfort food, isn't it? It's not healthy, you know, but it's lovely. Okay. So, 3 more cards. It's huge what's happening. So going back to what's taken place, there was orders given. Excuse me. There was orders given. I don't want to go into names and who it was, but I just think that there's more orders to come. Will the Super Bowl be okay? We have to be careful. Some things aren't set in stone. Some things aren't. They can change. They can have a plan that they're going to do something and something's going to kick off. Then all of a sudden they might get a high order like don't do it, or don't press that button, or don't press that button. Why would I get that? I'm feeling I can see like an explosion somewhere. I see debris flying. I see people running. It looks like an enclosed space. It looks a bit, I'm very drawn to a shopping mall as well. I want to say wherever we live, be it London, New York, wherever, France, wherever we live around the world, Sydney, wherever. I just think we just all need to stay vigilant, but not to be living fear. I think it's very, very important that we don't live in fear. But at the same time, I think that because we're living in very strange times at the moment, the big cities, I want to say that please stay vigilant. And if you can avoid shopping centres, if you can. Oh God, I hate it when Spirit gives you just one little bit and you've got to try and piece it together. So I don't know if it's April, May or August, September. I feel that it's going to hit a peak. It's going to hit a peak. There's going to be a lot to happen by April. A lot to happen by April. I just want to pull more cards out on will the Super Bowl people be okay? Be prepared but not scared. I like that, Sue. Be prepared but not scared. I've got some jumpers here. It's saying everything's fine, but I just think that timelines are changing all the time. It's around a ball. It's around a ball. Oh, we're looking somewhere else around the world, the globe. It could also be that. What's going on in France at the moment? Is there anything going on? Of course, we have a lot of football matches over here in the UK as well. I think we just have to stay vigilant globally. Do we need to be careful with planes? Oh, yes. Mamma mia. I said this bloody last year. I said I could see planes dropping out of the sky. Can you remember? Bloody hell, man. Will it eventually stop? Yeah, I've always been talking about airline issues, haven't I? give us the key. Will it eventually stop? Oh yeah, it's going to stop. I mean, they reckon under normal circumstances, normally it's the safest way to travel, don't they? They reckon there's more car crashes on the road than there is air crashes. But this is not normal what's happening at the moment. I think we're going to have to stay vigilant this year. I really do. Until we'll know. You'll know when it starts to sort out. You really will know. Yeah, it goes beyond politics, guys. It really does. It goes way beyond that. So many people being... So many children. So many children. So many children once being rescued. I know this sounds awful, but I see like... altars. Protect all the little children. Big operations taking place. We're going to be so heavily distracted. There's something about an airline. God, I see this. Why am I giving these? Why? I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. It's horrible. I see a big airline. Lots of people on. Like a 7 like a Boeing something, like a big airline. ACMD. That was it. Is there an outside influence? I've got to ask this before I go on to the crystal ball. Or is it an enemy within? Is it an enemy within? It's within. But it's not just the US, it's everywhere. It's the whole damn system. It needs to be torn down to start again. Does that make sense? When the bluebird calls, there will be war. It is short-lived. The smoke from the mountain, in between two mountains, then there will be peace. When the bluebird calls, they go out, there will be war. Oh. Then the smoke from the mountains, in between two mountains, then there will be peace. The skies will go red. They haven't even started yet. But angels will finish this. There is nothing more stronger than angels and God. I see lots of islands and it's like they're all clubbed together, these islands. I don't know, is that the Philippines or is that somewhere in Hawaii? Lots of islands, and I see lots of water. There's more events to come in with crazy storms, and I'm seeing people. These are prophecies, these are visions. These are visions. I can't ask the ball. It's just what I'm saying. People running around with masks on, not from virus, from smog, from smoke, so people can breathe. People going into cover. There will be a problem between two eastern countries, and war will be announced. Warships will go out, they turn around and come back. I see China seas. After the Great Bridge event, then Donald Trump will go. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. After the Great Bridge event, then the man will go with the yellow hair. He's here for a short time for the great cleanup. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. The butt of Italy, I see eruptions, I see rocks falling. There will be smoke from the Vatican. And Greek islands will be in trouble this summer. I see a man with a rain dance. He dances, bringing down the rain. Bring down the rain. Let it rain, let it rain. The rain in Africa. There will be heat, lots of heat this summer. For us who will face summer this summer. There is a beat, there is an energy, there is a vibration that we do not understand that will be used against humanity. God bless us all. God bless all the animals. God bless all the children. God bless all the innocent. For this vibration will hurt our heads. We must go to cover. We must go to cover. They will not rain. 2 great men will fall, but 3. And a strange event with a rapper, a strange event with a singer-rapper, but for what he says will be connected with the incident. God, that sounds cryptic, but watch for it to make sense. Big cleanup, left, right and centre. Get ready. Jets going out. A big cleanup happening and a taken down basically of the evil. But a new financial system will take place. I'm getting the 14th and the 23rd. I don't know if these are dates. Something to come out with what was on the black box or numbers or timing it's going to be quite shocking what's going to come out. And it's not going to make sense. It will not make sense. And people will jump to conclusions on it and it'll be twisted out of proportion. But you need to understand it's all technology. It's got nothing to do with ETs, what's been taking place. It might get twisted that way, what's to come out. Now, I'm not saying this is to do with this recent situation, to do with the planes. This could be some other big event to come. I fear that there's some event to come which is bigger than 9/11. And we must stand and send prayers out tonight. There's like some big revelation. After the darkness, then there's light. And I'm not saying it's a different light. It's a light that we've never seen before. It's the real light, not the false light. It's the real light, what's coming to this world, what's been held back from where. The sun will shine again. We will have our yellow sun back. We will have our light back. Okay. Watch for trouble brewing in the Middle East. I see clapping, lots of clapping to take place in Canada. Australia, you will get back fairness. They win your election, and I feel there'll be a switch over. Whoever's running at the minute, there's going to be a switch over. There's a man to take part who will bring fairness across the lands. Australia will rise. Whatever global events take place with economy, Australia will lead the way. Will lead the way. Interestingly, I have 13 viewers in here tonight, which is 1,313. Angel numbers are what, eh? The light that will come will be glorious. We will feel it in our veins. There may not be proof of this, but everybody will feel different for what's to come. We'll have a scorching summer. Just going to put this down a bit. Also as well, what I found, I've talked earlier on about J-Mez, who I'll link in the description after this feed when I come off soon. He's a great YouTuber, right? And he does all sort of investigations, stuff like that. And he had mentioned about this woman who had gone viral on TikTok. I don't know if you have seen it, where she was in communication through a Ouija board with her husband, talking to a being called Seven, an extraterrestrial being called Seven. Has anybody seen that? And apparently this being called Seven has said that the world's going to end in May or something. I don't believe so, but I just find it interesting. So yeah, check it all out. I'll put the link in the description. Did you see that? The thing with Ouija boards, you've got to be very careful, because a medium, we open up and we can but we'll feel it if it's good or evil. With the Ouija board, you're just leaving it up to the Ouija board, and it's basically it's opening a gateway where literally anything you could be communicating with the devil incarnate itself. So you've got to be very, very careful. And the devil, old Nick, can trick. Just thought I would say that. There is other people who, I don't know if you've heard of angel boards, but I personally think it's just all the same bloody thing. You've got to be very careful when you're fiddling on with anything like that. Okay, let's see if I can say anything else. Trains, train track. a big train derailed. And it's funny, I'm seeing Putin's face again. Massive changes to come in there. And there'll be a woman with an empress energy which will reign again in Russia. Yeah, I would not recommend a Ouija board. But hey ho, if you want to check it out, it's all over the internet about this woman. But JMS did a video on it. Right, is anything else that I see? Berries are going to go short this summer. Berries, which could be like blueberries, things like that. Which I'm also questioning. There's an energy, what's in the air, which is being squirted out or whatever, which could be affecting our growing vegetables and things like that. So, but they show me here, it's a frequency wave. Frequency waves which are taking place. So it's all to do, you know how I talked about this the other week. The technology that's been held back from where is also being used against where, right? But when it comes out, we're going to be catapulted into a pure futuristic world, yeah? And then it's all going to like start to unfold. In 10 years from now, we will not even recognize this planet. We're going to be brought into the right timeline. So it's all about technology here. It's all about technology. But yeah, it has been used against you as well. So never mind nuclear, it's a lot to do with I don't know, I just see a different frequency with the weaponry. That's what I'm seeing here. And I got this vision as well, and I'm getting it again. When the children sing, we will have peace. When the children sing in Spain, we will have peace across our lands. Prepare for a storm, guys. Prepare for change. The vision that I've been seeing for a long time, where everything just goes off. Everything just goes black. It's about to happen. God, this is awful. So the situations which have just taken place recently are warm-ups to a big thing what's to come, like a swan event. Basically, the BLACK swan event is about to come. And we have to stay vigilant. I'm getting the 11th, the 7th, the 5th is coming through again. Okay. Experiment and stay within your own space. Don't, anything that I picked up tonight, don't feel that you've got to come off here in fear, knowing that we're going to be okay, knowing that the transition is taking place. When I say experiment, you know, don't feel like you've got to go out there and buy everything and go into panic buy. I'm going to try and make some jam. I've never made it before, but I'm going to try and do stuff like that. And I've got this thing about trying pickling things, you know, like pickles. I'm just going to get into stuff like that. But share your comments, guys. You know, share what we're all here to help each other. You know, it's great times of change. It is a WAR that we are in. We are going to be so tested as humanity, but we're going to come through it. We really, really are. But it's about being frugal, watching our pennies. It will be fine. I'm not getting anything on New Zealand tonight because I'm getting tired, but I will look into it the next time. I promise. But just do what you need to do. You know, how you can make your own hand soap or anything, you know what I mean? Because I think that we're being taught a lesson, whatever's going on at the minute, and we will be okay. It's a spiritual war, definitely is. There will be shortage of certain foods. I don't think that we're going to starve. I really don't. But there's a trade war to come. The trade war's next. And it's tariffs, trade war, crazy times to come. Please stay safe wherever you all are. Don't walk around in fear. God bless you all. God bless each and every one of you. Try and cannon blueberry or strawberry. Stay safe wherever you all are around the world. Until the next time, guys. And I'll be back on again soon. I'm off to make a hot chocolate. And I'm going to go to the hairdresser's tomorrow. I'm growing my hair again. Of course, I haven't done it tonight. I've just messed it with scrunched it with some mousse. It's called the new hairstyle now when you're growing a pixie out into a bob again is called a bixie. Have you heard of anything so ridiculous? A bixie. I'll show you this before we go. Have you got a bixie haircut? It's the new haircut. People who are growing their styles out from a pixie into a bob, it is called a bixie. But I'm having a treat tomorrow. A bixie haircut. So many different bixies now. There's a bixie. These are trending haircuts now. There's a bixie. There's another bixie. Just different bixies when you're growing a pixie out. Graham, good night, stay safe, stay well, and stay happy. And I'll be on again soon. May the force be with you all. Watch the skies, guys. Watch the skies. I'll leave you there with a lot of love.